Hello and welcome, Leo, to your October 2023 horoscope. My name is Jeff Smith. I am here at Raise Your Vibration TV to bring you the cosmic energies for the month. Welcome, fellow Leos. I am also a Leo, so I'm also doing my horoscope for October, and I can't wait to get to it. We are in eclipse season. October is going to be ripe with eclipses, and what I want you to not to, scramble and go, the sky is falling. Leo, what I want you to do is to pay close attention to these eclipses and what they teach you. This is what it's all about. It's the energy kind of working in your favor, or you can run up against it. I'm going to tell you something. Don't get exhausted and run with it. This is why we do these horoscopes, so we can get a good view of what's going on. I'm putting these out well early in the week so you can get a good jump for the month. And that's what I'm going to be doing for the horoscopes from now on. I'm going to be doing them well in advance. I always thought that, you do it close to the date, like something's going to change. You know what I mean? Nothing's going to change. So here we are. We're doing it early. So I think I'm recording this. Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I'm doing this on the 23rd. So I'm spending my weekend doing your horoscopes, and I love it. And I kind of love eclipse season because it kind of adds some drama to things. But again, when you can anticipate these energies, we can go ahead and work with them. Now, these eclipses are going to give us a 3-month time window to work in. So they're gonna last longer than a new and a full moon. A new and a full moon usually lasts that 28-day cycle. This lasts for 3 months. That's the way eclipses work. I'm thinking about making a video on explaining the eclipses, but man, is that in depth? You know what I mean? It will make most of everybody's eyes cross. Even some people that are really into astrology. That's when things get wonky. So I try to keep it simple, and I just want you to know that these last for a 3-month period versus the regular lunar cycle in a month. And they add extra weight, extra pressure, extra growth onto these new and full moons. So let's take a look at your chart for the month. So we got October 1st here, so you can see where the energy is going to be concentrated. And you're like, well, Jeff, how can we see? Well, first of all, what you do is you look at the sun and where it's traveling in your solar house. And we have solar houses when we put any sign at 0 degrees on the first house. That's called your solar house. It's not your house per se. Everyone has a different birth chart, but this is general for Leos. I'm sure you get that. And if you don't, welcome. But the focus is going to be where the sun is traveling. So we're starting out at 7 degrees Libra. We're finding balance, all right? And it's going to be moving into our 4th solar house in Scorpio towards the end of the month. By Halloween, we'll be in the 4th house, that sun energy. So that's where the light is going to be focused, is finding balance in, we look at the 3rd house, communications. This is communicating. Could put a focus on writing, speaking, that kind of thing. And the sun is your ruler, so we pay attention more to the sun in Leo's charts. You know what I mean? And how it progresses through the weeks and the month ahead. But the focus is going to be in your 3rd and 4th house axis. That means there's going to be influence in your 9th and your 10th house. So we've got communications and towards a focus of home later on, building up towards home. Some of you might be moving or finding a new home or probably redecorating. I'll tell you, October is the month that I usually freshen up the paint, clean the house. Usually in the springtime for people, that's what happens. But in October, for me, especially when you can still keep the windows open and it's a nice Indian summer, it's a nice fall, warm day, but it's still got that crisp air. That's when I open up the windows and clean the house and scrub every corner, nook and cranny and everything, So that, for me as a Leo, that's where that time frame comes in. So you might resonate with that also. But that's where the focus is going to be, where that sun is traveling and anything that's happening with the sun versus new moons, full moons. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at the calendar. You know what? First of all, I'm just going to go over no, we're going to look at the calendar. There it is. Boom. All right. So this is what I write out every month to kind of figure out where the train's rolling, where it's stopping, where it's going backwards, maybe it's changing tracks, that kind of thing, And I write this out every month so I can walk you through it. And I'm just like, well, why not share that with everybody? But overall, for the month, we are going to be focusing on 2 areas of our life. The third house, which we did because of the sun moving through, that's where going to be the new moon is going to be taking place on the 14th. And then the full moon on the 28th is going to be highlighted in our 10th house. And that is career. That is money. That is recognition. That is your station, Leo. That is you surveying over your kingdom. You know what I mean? And possibly being rewarded for it. So a lot of career influence is going to be towards the end of the month. All right, so let's walk through the month. You can see the moon moves very fast through the signs. In 1 week, it moves through 3 signs. All right, now for Leos, I would say that this Friday the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th is a great time. Okay, maybe the hangover happens on the 8th, but anytime the moon is in Leo, that's a good time. Feeling good, wanting to be seen. Make plans, Leo, for the 7th. Friday and Saturday. Friday, you may be a little moody, but it's kind of working up towards something, plans. So on the 8th, you can see I got those little lines around the important dates of the month. Venus, the planet of love, is going to be moving into Virgo. So that's a big deal. We call those ingresses. And when they ingress, the planet ingresses into a new sign, it takes on that flavor. So Venus is going to be taking on that, and it's comfortable in an earth sign. So this is like, the Virgin. This is, I'm going to tell you something. Usually first, the fall or October, that's usually when I fall in love, and Venus always moves into Virgo around this time, and I just didn't realize that until now. Son of a bitch. That's why I always say I fall in love in the fall. Anyway, fingers crossed. Although it may not happen on the 8th because Mars, the planet of action, war, anger, is going to be square Pluto. And Pluto's getting ready it's already stationed to go direct. So that could, I don't know. Power plays maybe. I don't know. Maybe Leo, you went out on the 7th and took somebody home when the bar closed, and when you woke up in the morning, you're like, what? I hope that doesn't happen. I hope you wake up in the morning and go, yeah, that was all right. Score for Leo, But then we move into Monday, the 9th. The moon makes a square to Uranus. Yeah, everyone's going to be kind of crabby. It's definitely going to be a Monday, that's for sure. And then we have on the 10th, Pluto, the planet of transformation and perspective. And I call it the old cosmic wrecking ball, goes direct. So now it's starting to swing. You know what I mean? It's gained its momentum by pulling back, and now it's moving forward. So you can kind of look at it as that pendulum swinging, Leo. And Venus is going to be opposite Saturn. So it could be a frustrating week. You know what I mean? But if Pluto's going direct, that means that now we're gaining perspective. Now it seems like things are moving forward. I want you to pay close attention to the news on the 8th and the 10th. Those are going to be big days as far as the world stage. Then we set up the 12th. Mars, planet of action, moves into Scorpio. That's one of its old natural rulers. So Mars feels good there. It gets things done. The passion's back. So if Leos were going to fall in love, I think it would be the 8th through the 14th. Definitely. You know what I mean? So keep an eye on that. Pay attention to the signs. And then we have our new moon solar eclipse happening at 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 14th in 21 degrees Libra. So go ahead and take a look at your chart and see what's aligning at 21 degrees Libra. And that will affect you personally. Okay. But for everybody, it's happening in the 3rd house. And this is an excellent time to get projects done, start making lists, start balancing life. What do I need? What kind of balance do I need here? You know what I mean? It's about thinking things through. So this solar eclipse that's going to last for 3 months. So get your ducks in a row. I mean, this is going to last till December. you know? So till the end of December. So be aware of that. What you set in motion now on the 14th, Leo, is going to be a 3-month progress and influence. Okay. So plant the seeds of your desires, of course. Find balance in your life, find balance in communications. All right. So, I mean, we don't need to talk more about eclipses. We don't need to romanticize them or anything. It's just a more auspicious time for you to lay the foundations of what you want. All right. So that's on that weekend. And then the move moves into Scorpio. Could be a little moody. Monday's definitely going to feel like a Monday, at least for the beginning half of it. And then on Tuesday, the moon moves into Sagittarius. That's a fellow fire sign. So the week starts to look a little better, even though the moon is square the next day on Wednesday to Venus, planet of love, trying to communicate. But let's talk about the next weekend. So it seems like the weekends are pretty packed for Leos. You know what I mean? Every Saturday, there's some shit going on. Now, Friday, the sun is making an excellent conjunction to Mercury, but Mercury is going to be squaring Pluto. That is now moving forward. So, again, communications. And then the sun squares Pluto. It's all by itself on the 21st. And I say this could be an opportunity in disguise. It may seem like a shit show, but actually, this may be an opportunity in disguise. I don't know why I'm saying that. That's why it took up most of the day here. That's the only thing I wrote there. And when I was preparing for it, I'm like, this almost seems like this could be an opportunity because that next Sunday, this next day, the moon moves into Aquarius and Pluto is going to be trine Jupiter. So this may turn into a good opportunity here. Mercury also moves into Scorpio on the 22nd. So now communication gets a little bit more intense and a little bit more emotional. But it also makes a trine to Saturn on that day. So we'll be able to overcome our frustrations because we're probably releasing these emotions. And then on Monday, the 23rd, the sun moves into Scorpio. So now we're getting into that spooky season of October. And the sun also makes a great trine on Tuesday to Saturn. Again, limitations being lifted. Something that happens on the 21st could very well turn out to be fruitful as the beginning of the week. Moon conjuncts Neptune, very dreamy day, nice hump day, dream day. And then we start to feel that emotional push towards this lunar eclipse. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are going to be this gradual. I wouldn't say gradual because the moon's going to be in Aries. So it's moving fast, to this full moon. You might see the moon a lot brighter and bigger around that time. But then we have our full moon lunar eclipse at 4:24 p.m. Eastern Standard on the 28th in Taurus, 5 degrees. Now, in my chart, my Saturn is sitting in 7 degrees Taurus, and that's in my 7th house. So it's very curious in what this is going to shed some light on some issue, we would say, with my relationships. It'd be interesting to see that. The lunar eclipse is definitely, you're going to feel it. You know what I mean? So feet on the ground, 5 degrees Taurus, that means feet on the ground. This could sweep you away. Mars is going to be opposite Jupiter. Mercury is going to be opposite Jupiter. So, it's a great time to throw a Halloween party, but just don't go overboard. Make sure you're inviting the right kind of people because it could go sideways fast. So maybe you just want to celebrate at home alone. I don't know. But it's a good time to be practical about things. Taurus, it loves to throw a party. You know what I mean? And it will be extravagant. And we can't get extravagant around this time, Leo. Okay? Even though we want to. You can, but moderation, moderation, moderation. All right? And then we close off on Halloween with, looks like a good time for Halloween. Venus, trine, Uranus. Everyone's probably down for the spirit of the time. The veil is thin, that kind of thing. Go out on a ghost tour, hayride, that kind of stuff. Really take in the fall moments, And yeah. So that's that. We've got that lunar eclipse. I'm really curious to see how that's going to affect my relationships in my seventh house. With it's going to be conjunct my Saturn sitting there, square my sun. uh-huh. Yeah, good times. Good times. All right, Leo, that's going to do it for October. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how things are going. Good luck with those eclipses. Use them to your advantage. That's why we do these forecasts. And thank you so much. Remember, what you plant the seed for on the 14th is going to be lasting till the end of the year. So be mindful about what you're putting out there. Find balance in things. Feet on the ground. Take a practical approach and move forward fearlessly and effortlessly like us Leos do. All right, Leo, have a great month, and I will see you in November.